All right, so in the previous class we did Sadhguru's experience about death, what he had to say about death. So according to him, death is a fiction. It has no reality. How can we then, if death is a fiction, how can we, what is death, or how can we explain death? Anybody who wants to give or who wants to share what Sadhguru has to say? Sadhguru says that death is merely a transition from life A to life B. Death itself is nothing. Death ko kunai unai chaina. Chata chaina. It's a fiction. It does not have its own reality. The only thing that death, that we can talk about death, is that it's just a transition phase between life ko beech ko kya tha? Transition phase. Just like how ice melts and becomes water, it changes its form, right? Similarly, death is another dimension of life. Death opens another dimension of life. So let's have a look at what various different people had to say. So this is Epicurus, okay? He was a Western philosopher. Let's read what he had to say about death. What does he say about death? What does he say about death? Can you have a look and tell me? Very early on, can I have the charger, please? Can you get my charger from my office? Very early on in the history of philosophy, we see that death is seen as the raison d'être. Raison d'être. That means the central theme, the main idea. Raison d'être. Reason of being, the central idea, the main concept, right? The main concept of philosophy. Why? This is not my charger, the MacBook charger, please. Laptop charger, a bigger one. Raison d'être. Raison d'être means something that is central, something that is main, the core, the driving aspect. Raison means reason. The être means of being. Être means to be. Why did people think about philosophy? Why did people have to say, oh, what is life? What is my purpose here? What should I do in my life? Huh? Why not just enjoy life? Why did people think about such deep questions and unnecessary, let's say, things in life? Because why do you think about such things in life? People, friends, tell me. हामीले जीवनमा किन यस्ता चीजहरुको बारेमा निरन्तर रूपमा सोचिन्छ? Because we die. Because we die. For example, let's say we were immortals. We would never die. Immortals. Immortals means Amar, right? If we were, let's say, immortals, we wouldn't be bothered about asking such deep questions about life. What should I do? What is my purpose? Yeah, I'm here. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be forever here. People would never question such a thing about life. So that's the reason why in the history of philosophy, death has been the raison d'être. केले चाहिँ मृत्युको बारेमा मानिसहरूलाई क्वेशन गर्न बाध्य बनायो? दर्शन, फिलोसफी केले ड्राइभ गर्यो फिलोसफीलाई? Death. Why did people start to think about life, knowledge, truth, falsehood, all of that? Because people came to know that our existence comes to an end. Our existence, it comes to an end, and that's the reason why people started to question about what death is. And death was everywhere. So death is what motivates us towards achieving our goals. Why do you want to achieve your goals? Why do you want to fulfill certain things in life? Why do you want to achieve what you want to achieve? What makes you move forward in life? Death. Why not finish class 9 at the age of 30, 40 or 50? Because after that, what will you do? If you finish your school at the age of 40, well, that's a big challenge, right? Because whatever is left of your life, you will not be able to do much. So that's the reason why people are moving forward. People are hurrying. People are on the go. Because our life, so-called life, is limited. Our physical body is limited, right? We die. This limit that the creation puts on us, the limit that the creation puts on us, right? What? The limit that the creation puts on us, called as death, death is the driving force, is what makes us move. What makes us move ahead. Right? Which helps us to appreciate our loved ones. We appreciate our loved ones. We love people around us. We love our family. We love our friends. We love our teachers. We love our neighbors. We love each other. Because one of the reasons, I would say, not because, is because our life comes to an end. If life has to come to an end, why to remain in hatred and too much of jealousy and all that? Just let go of things, right? It makes us appreciate a lot of things that the nature or the world has to offer. Loved ones, which concludes our story. It is our marching towards death that forces us to consider how we ought to live, and contrastingly how we ought to die. And it is because of the death we think about how we should live. Whether we should eat organic food, whether we should be vaccinated, or whether we should help each other, whether we should practice religions, whether we should meditate, all of that we question because we consider that because we are constantly pressed by the death. Death is always around us. For example, if we were immortals, what was the need of eating organic food? What was the need of having a green city? What was the need of loving people? Anyways, you are going to be immortal, and who cares about who? Isn't it? It is that fear of death that makes us think about how we should live and how we should die also, actually. So very interesting, right? For Socrates and Plato, they were the greatest philosophers of the Western world, right? Socrates and Plato. Hello, Raja. Please wake up. Please wake up. Don't die now. For Socrates and Plato, the purpose of philosophy is obvious. It is preparation for death. Socrates and Plato, they said that life is preparation for death. in order to die peacefully, in order to make your transition through death an experience that is, I don't know, maybe easy, worthy, what you have to do, you have to prepare yourself in your life. You have to prepare yourself for the death. That is what, who believed that? Who? That was the idea that Socrates and Plato put forward. It is preparation for death. For Plato, our preparation for death was also preparation of a kind of afterlife, which is something that Epicurus did not agree with. So Plato further on, he went further to say that there is life after death. So if there is life after death, death is just a transition, right? Like Sadhguru says. So in order to die in a, what do you say, in a circumstance that gives us a better claim for our afterlife, or that puts us in a better situation in our afterlife, in our another birth, what do you have to do? You have to prepare yourself to die, right? Your death should be peaceful. Your death should be a very, what do you say, it should be natural and spontaneous. So that's the thought process. What did Epicurus say? Okay, things are only bad for us if they are experientially unpleasant. If there is an experience that is unpleasant, what is the antonym of pleasant? What is pleasant? What is pleasant? Pleasant means something that gives us nice experience, something that is joyful, enjoyable, something that can give us joy, something that can be enjoyed. Like having a nice lunch or dinner is pleasant, right? Having ice cream in on a sunny day is pleasant experience. Unpleasant, Baba, what is unpleasant? To listen to a teacher teaching English is unpleasant.